So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucy and in today's video we are talking about big books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please do stick around and hit that subscribe button for more bookish videos, and if you're already subscribed, why not hit that notification bell, and that way you'll never miss an upload from me. So guys, I have been meaning to read a lot of big books this year. I really enjoy fantasy, and the thing about fantasy books is they're often like really big. So I wanted to make this video because I have a fear, like a deep rooted fear, of reading a book that's over 500 pages. So I wanted to make this video to tell you guys what books I actually really want to read that are over 500 pages, that I need to kind of like shift my mindset and just enjoy reading longer books. I've had a few bad experiences where reading big books over 500 pages has taken me months. I kind of get either bored midway through, or because I don't get that instant kind of reward of like seeing myself getting through those pages. If I'm reading on Kindle, for example, if it's taking me ages to even reach the 10% point, I know something is wrong. Like, I know it's a big book. And sometimes that really hinders my reading and makes me not enjoy the book. So I want to talk to you today about big books because I like big books and I cannot lie, but they scare the hell out of me. So that is what this video is. We're trying to break down the fear around the 500 page plus books. I'm also going to be taking part for the first time in the Tome Topple, I think it's number 13 or 12, readathon. So basically, I think they've done several Tome Topple readathons all year. I will leave all the details down in the description box, but basically I think that's going on from the 8th of August until like the 13th or something, and I am planning to participate in it. It's past the 8th when I'm filming this and I haven't properly started it yet, but I am going to be filming a reading vlog all week of basically me trying to read, you know, big volumes like this, and we'll see how far I get. The purpose of the Tome Topple readathon is to read big tomes, like 500 page plus tomes that you just would never usually kind of get around to reading, and I really like that. So I decided to take part, and I probably won't do many of the challenges, but I just want to kind of try and read big books and get through the big books on my TBR. So guys, without further ado, let me show you the books I am terrified of trying to get through. The first one is this beast which I keep holding up. This is a proof copy of The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Guys, funnily enough, like, this is part and parcel the reason why I'm scared of big books. My hand is like bending backwards with the weight of this. So this comes in at a grand number of 825 pages, this proof. 800 pages. I mean, the fear is setting in, but I do really want to read this book. It is an epic fantasy about a world where they are on the brink of war with dragons. It sounds so epic. Samantha Shannon is a brilliant fantasy author and I cannot wait to read this book. However, the size puts me off. So at the end of this video, I am going to tell you guys what my action plan is for reading longer books. So stick around for that. But in the meantime, this is the first book I really want to read that is 500 pages plus. Let me know if you've read this book, how you felt like getting through it, if you found it quite easy to get through, if you were flying through the pages. That's what I want to hear. And give me some tips on how you kind of got through a big book like this. The next book that I really want to read, let me reach over and grab it, is Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings, book 1. So this is part 1 of the first book in the Stormlight Archive series. So that already rings alarm bells, to be honest. The fact that the first book had to be split up into part 1 and part 2 blows my mind. So this rings in at a lovely, grand 594 pages. So you might be thinking, only just over 500 pages, not too bad. But then you've got to remember, this is only part 1 of one book. Then I've got to get through the other 500 page part 2, which makes it a 1,000 page book. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this, guys. However, I do really love Brandon Sanderson. I absolutely adored the Mistborn series, which I think each book averaged around 800 pages, 700 pages, and I managed to get through those. So I do have high hopes for the Stormlight Archive. Do let me know if you've read the Stormlight Archive, what you thought. I would love to know your thoughts. The next book I really want to read that is a big book is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This is book one in a series. I believe the final book has come out very, very soon, or it's coming out this autumn. I have heard incredible things about this fantasy novel. It is inspired by Chinese mythology, I believe, and it is a very war-inspired fantasy novel. This is also a grimdark fantasy, which means it's very, very dark, very heavy. It has a lot of moralistic, kind of questionably moralistic things that happen in it. I've not really read much grimdark fantasy, so I do want to read this and make a video on my first impressions of grimdark fantasy. But page-wise, this comes in at a very handsome 530 pages. Not too bad. I feel like 500 pages I can just about do. But yeah, I think the books only get bigger in the series, which is why it fills me a little bit with dread. And the fact that it is grimdark fantasy, I'm not sure how pacey that will make this book, but that is a whole other kind of topic. Pace is definitely not correlated with word length, I don't believe. I feel like even big books like Sarah J Maas, for example, the pacing is always on point. So I need to just like trust in the book and do not let the 500 plus pages scare me. And in a similar fantasy vein, this is book one in the Daevabad series by S.A. Chakraborty. I'm really excited to read this. This is The City of Brass. As you can see, it is a gorgeous proof copy, and I still haven't read it. One of the reasons being that it is like 530 pages, and as you guys know by now, it's old news, but the big books scare me. So I've just been putting this off and putting it off. However, I've recently been following Reagan at Peruse Project, who has been raving about this book series because the third and final book has come out in the trilogy. And also the lovely Joel at Fictional Fates did a vlog reading this series, and I love that. So I feel like I need to get into the Daevabad series, and hopefully I will really love it. I know the books only get bigger as well, so again, it's like the Poppy War. I need to kind of just train myself to like trust in the book, you know? Need to trust in the book. And finally, I have two more big books to share with you guys that I have been meaning to read for so long, but the size has well and truly terrified me. This next one I'm actually going to be reading the week I'm filming this for the Tome Topper Readathon. It is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This is book two of the Dark Artificers series, which is part of the kind of Shadowhunters universe. So I've already read Lady Midnight, which is the first book in this series. I adored that book, and I don't know why it took me so long to read it. Like when I was reading it, I absolutely loved it. And then I just didn't pick up the second book because I was like, it's a big book. It's scary. And here we are today. I haven't read Lord of Shadows. This book rings in at a very scary 699 pages, which is a lot of pages, guys. But I do really want to read this. This is why this is next on my TBR, and I am determined to read this week. If I can read an almost 700 page book in a week, I will be really happy with myself. I just don't know if I can do it. We will see. No, we're not going to put ourselves down. You'll be actually in my reading vlog if I did in fact read the whole book. So that'll be fun. And of course, I would want to finish off the series, obviously. So the next big book on my TBR is Queen of Air and I nearly hit myself in the face then. Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This is the third and final book in the Dark Artificers series, and it is rounding off Emma Carstairs' story. So this comes in at, oh my god, the pages just keep increasing. It comes in at 870 pages. I don't know what I'm letting myself in for here, but I've heard amazing things about this series, and I'm not gonna let this size thing scare me. So it's gonna be okay. I will really enjoy the book. I know I will. It's just the thought of it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys who don't read many long books like me will understand. But for you guys who do enjoy a long book and love a big tome, well, please leave in the comments like some inspirational, you know, motivational words of wisdom that I can really just, you know, see me through this series. So guys, those are the big books that are on my TBR for the rest of this year, not in my August TBR. These are just kind of books I would really love to get through at some point in the next kind of few months. And how I'm gonna do that, I think taking part in this Tome Topper Readathon hopefully will be really good for me, because it is the idea that I'm promising myself that I will read a big chunky book. And I think just having the time, for example, I've got all week to read this 600, 700 page book, is quite nice. I can set myself daily page targets of how many pages I want to read in a day. I mean, at this rate, I'll have to read 100 pages in a day, but that's doable. But I do think doing it in little bite-sized chunks, like just setting aside reading time during the week, trying to read a certain amount of pages each day, for example, hopefully will help me. But you will see, hopefully in the next video or two, my kind of reading vlog of that week, and I will be reading Lord of Shadows. So wish me luck. So guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're one of these people who, like me, also gets really scared reading big books, we can do this together, I really believe. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more bookish videos. And I will see you in my next one, guys. Bye!